Alrighty then, we're back. I'm gonna leave the bonnet on. I've opened the window, because it is hot in this room. Not because of the heat or anything like that. No fumes. Okay. Just like people were using the bleach with the 40 developer and discovering, hey, it overprocessed and my hair fell out. Well, that's basically what I'm doing here. I am purposely overprocessing this to get the hair in this cap to fall out. Okay? But I know for a fact that it really works when you use baking soda, because baking soda will dehydrate the hair, and then 40-watt developer behind it, yeah. Basically, it's like if you're going to bleach your hair or bleach your wigs, you want to use 30, 20, or 10. Don't put no 40 on there if you intend to, I'll say, use that hair right next to your scalp and actually have hair left. Yeah. See, these levels have different, strengths for a reason. And I happen to know that this hair melted off at 30. So since I want it completely gone, I upped the developer to 40. Almost done. And that's just from half of the can of developer, and half of the baking soda. That way, when it's all said and done, I can go over the inside too. I'll just go ahead and put this like right towards the inside of the sink, and I'm going to pour it because I can actually pour that. Hold on, see, it's coming out there. I figure that way, instead of trying to time it from when the last bit hits the wig or the cap or whatever, I just time it from, hey, I started this time and it's on there. Yeah, let me move some stuff out my way though. Yeah. Now, because of previous experience, when you use level 30 developer and baking soda, I know it will bleach the hair or lift the lace at around 30 minutes. Okay? So since I'm going for more than just lifting the color of the lace, I figure leave it on here with, the higher strength at around an hour, or whenever I see the hair start to fall. And then we'll come back. Now, say for instance this totally fails, no big whoop, then I will know for next time, because I made the wig cap and I still have the ingredients to make another wig cap. But I just didn't want to, say toss it when I can, revive it or rescue and all that. You know what I mean. I don't throw away any supplies if I don't have to. Now, another thing I'm going to do after I'm done with this, because as you can tell, it's acting like a perm kind of, just smoothing out nicely. I'm going to take some either a plastic wrap, well I do have a shower cap in there, or some aluminum if I can find it, and I'm going to put it on top of this so that way it processes in a more concentrated manner. Yeah. And I'm going to scoop the little bit that fell out of the sink here and reapply it. Like I said, we don't waste nothing. Okay, like all this That's going on there. And this is going on there. And all of this is going in there. And I'm going to process this for at least an hour. And then I'll come back and let you see what it does. Because if I'm correct in my guess, then when it's time that you would normally wash it or whatever, or add water, this should all go right on down the drain. Of course, I'm not going to stick this in the sink and all that. I'll use the bucket method. And, well, for those that don't know what the bucket method is, I'm going to show you that too. There are certain things, you know, just from being a soaper and using certain items and with my own soap lab and everything, there are certain things you don't want to throw down your sink. So that's where you have a 5-gallon bucket. And my 5-gallon bucket actually has Mr. Yuck on there. Some people might remember that from yesteryear, depending on how old your kids are or how old you are. And some people have to look up who Mr. Yuck is. But that's what I use that bucket for. Any overflow that could be potentially dangerous. And that includes hair chemicals, perms, anything from, you know, like, if I know my soap is going to be soap heavy or lye heavy, instead of trying to process it further, I put it in that bucket, let it completely neutralize, and then toss it. Because the only way I'm going to put out a safe project is make sure it's safe for me. Because I am foremost, and, you know, I am my first customer. I am my best customer. So by the time it's all said and done, when I sell soaps, I'm selling you what's left over from the batch I made for my family. And before the family gets to it, it hits my skin. Because my skin is the most sensitive skin I know. So anything that's safe for me is automatically safe for them, which means it's also safe for anybody else. That's like if I know a friend or a family member is allergic to certain things, like the Langenburner soap, I found out 12th hour after it's completely made, she's allergic to coconut. So I can't send her that soap. So I redid my recipe, and she is about to get her soap finally. Just, you know, I figure tweak it everywhere, any way it could be tweaked, because, you know, it's like palm may or may not be allergic to palm, but palm has, depending on which reason you get it from, palm could actually be from coconut or from a different plant. So I was going to make sure, you know, there's no cross contamination with things that people are allergic to here. That's like another one of my friends is allergic to olives. I'm allergic to shea. So if anybody looks up the recipes, there are certain things missing from every soap out there. Like most soaps have a certain amount of shea. And a disclaimer. This contains shea or tree nuts, blah, blah, blah. Or this is in a facility that processes peanuts. So forth. I don't use peanut oil. I know too many people that's allergic to peanut. I don't use shea because I'm allergic to shea. In this place, I use mango because mango is a seed. It's not a nut. And it has almost the same properties, but where the nut attributes drop off, killing my lung capacity and all that, no. So over here you have mango that has all the same benefits and the same attributes, except for it doesn't kill me. So yeah, I do my research on stuff like that. And if I know it's going to end up in the bucket, I'm already prepared to, you know, put stuff in the bucket. That's like, if you notice, when I picked the bucket up, it was wet. Just because I've already washed it out and everything. So I can just put this in here and let it process for 30 minutes to an hour or whenever, and then bring it back. In the meantime, because of the way we do this, that's in a safe location. Yeah, now let me rinse all that off my hands. The good thing about 40 Developer and baking soda, they are both inert. They cannot hurt you. They cannot harm you. If you put stuff right on your skin, it won't bother you at all. Now, when you put the two together and let it sit there and process for a certain amount of time, well then, yeah, you might want to put some gloves on or whatever. Because that's when you have to beware of processing time and all that. And that's been processing for 11 minutes and 20 seconds. So, I know what time I started. I know what time to come back. And let me show you what this is looking like right now. If the camera is going to pick it up. Anyway, hold on. There we go. You'll notice it's starting to get darker right here. That's where it's starting to pick up. Probably that's the dye from when I dyed the whole cap brown or tan. But it started to pick that up, which means it'll start to dissolve it as well. So that's the theory. I mean, like I said, I'm over processing this on purpose. So, did I put that up right side up or right side down? Well, we'll know if the picture goes like this when I play it back. But anyway, I am going to... Oh, that's why it acted like that. Okay, not only is it vented, but you can actually open the vent to let in more air or let out air. All I know is it clouded up completely. It's like, wait a minute. And these are brand new, so I was gonna, you know, call and fuss about that, but I see what the problem is now. Trouble due to palette error. I didn't pay attention. And that's happened a couple of times where you don't pay attention to something, then you get your head full of steam and you're ready to go off and, oh. So, you know, I have caught myself before I went off on some poor soul that's just doing a job, because lately I've been paying attention. In the meantime, I'm putting all of my stuff that will probably need to be rinsed or whatever adjacent to the bucket. That way, when it's time to, that can get all cleaned up and so forth. So, in the meantime, I've rambled on enough. Whew. And even with the window open, I need to open the door and leave this room because it's too hot. So let's go ahead and close that window and rinse the snow off me. We have that window coated with canned snow, like you would give for like Christmas and holidays and all that. But the frosting on the window, because it's like 30 years old, has deteriorated and failed, and part of the window, because of the winter time, just, you know, this double sheet of glass. The glass facing the inside is fine. The glass outside just and froze one day, along with some ice cubes and all that. And that meant anybody outside could look straight in, and anybody inside could look straight out. You know, it's like I looked out, even though we got a curtain here, I could see my neighbor. So I took some canned spray. It was either that or some spray paint. This is not my house, so I can't do anything permanent. So even though I would like to black out the windows and just go, you might be able to still see. Can't do that. Not my property. So took some instant snow. If it decides it wants to get, you know, or somebody washes the window or whatever, just spray some more. $3 in a can. It's not permanent. It provides privacy. It works. Anyway, this has been People 7. On Twitter and YouTube, people are elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at PurpleButterfly-people.blogspot.com. My soaps, PurpleButterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. My t-shirt designs, PurpleButterfly-people.tmail.com. Y'all stay blessed. Stay tuned. Bye now. I'll bring you back after that processes.